Planning Commission discussion. Is there anyone on the commission that would like to discuss something this evening?
I have a few things.
Commissioner Mishra.
I recently looked at my building permit that I have open, and I noticed that there were two fees on there. Which one is the tree fee, the in lieu fee, and then the other one is the recycling fee. Nowhere in that fee it actually says that it's refundable, therefore encouraging me to actually follow a recycling plan or submit my recycling manifest, or actually plant a tree, because it really doesn't encourage me to do anything because of the language on there. It says it's a fee. It doesn't say that I can get the money back. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to question where this happens. If we can modify that language on the building permit, that'll help someone to ask a question, how can I get this refunded?
So, Commissioner Mishra, on that, you're speaking about the tree impact fee?
And then the recycling and demolition fee. I
Okay.
believe it's called a fee and doesn't indicate that it's actually refundable.
Okay. We can work with that language.
The second one I had was that about 4 months ago we were tracking some issues that are open, such as what was taken into consideration for the Whiteman Way or so, the one-way street. And we were tracking a bunch of issues at the beginning of the year. There were about 4 issues. And now that they've dropped off the discussion, I have no way of going back and saying what happened. And I would like to revive that, if
Okay,
possible.
we can do that too.
Actually, that's all I had. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else?
Through the chair.
Commissioner Peterson.
First of all, I have to retract my participation in architectural review. I just checked my calendar and I do have a conflict, excuse me. And maybe another commissioner could volunteer. There we go.
Commissioner Chase, thank you.
Thank you, sir. No problem. I have some comments. Number one, at the last meeting, I inquired of the staff if they could take a look at a remediation project that's in disarray on El Camino Real. Did you have an opportunity to look at that?
Yes, we did, and I was going to report back to you this evening on that. I could do that right now if you'd like.
Ooh, did I jump ahead?
No, it's not actually here, but I've got the research and was going to share that with you.
Oh, great.
It's not actually on the agenda, but let me go right to that right now. So the address is 160, 170 El Camino Real. It's the property right adjacent to the Prudential Realty building.
Right.
And the background, and many of you know this, the background is that remediation began in about the year 2001. The remediation project was required because there were approximately 11 underground fuel tanks on that property, which have been removed. There was both soil and water contamination on the site, which has led to the remediation project over this number of years. What you've noticed out there more recently is that some of the piping that's been above ground is being dismantled. And actually, in talking to the project manager about this, a man by the name of Paul Dotson, who's the project manager for the remediation effort, he works for TEC Environmental out of South San Francisco. He tells me that the wells, the remediation wells, were actually shut down in 2010. The piping is being removed currently as of the last 3 weeks. And they're actually finishing up a remediation closure document to submit to the county, County of San Mateo, and that should go forward over the next few weeks. And he's hoping that they'll get some feedback from the county in terms of that closure report within about 6 weeks. He did caution me that they're moving toward closure. Closure can take quite a while. So, you know, he was reluctant to say, you know, is that going to be within 6 months or a year? But they're clearly moving forward toward closure. The report is due to go in over the next couple of weeks, and within 6 weeks they should hear back from the county. The above ground piping is being dismantled. So I think that's good news. And in terms of the actual reuse of the property, that could take some while. It could take some time to actually get to that point. But the remediation effort, he was hoping would be finished off over the next 6 to 12 months.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I was here when the commission approved that project to begin the remediation, and I unfortunately don't remember if there were any comments made about whether it would look like a disaster area or not. But if I could, I'd like to ask you to take a look at the application and see that if there's some period before the reuse of that property comes up, if perhaps it could look at least not unattractive.
We
if possible.
We can certainly do that. Be
Thank
happy
you
to do
so
that.
much.
Sure.
Thank you, Chair.
You're very welcome.
Oh, through the chair.
Please.
I forgot. As Commissioner Johnson earlier this evening was commenting on looking on the cable TV for various schedules or planning documents and so on, being able to see the meetings. There are a substantial number of people who can no longer look at cable TV to see planning commission meetings, calendars, city council, because they've changed cable providers. And I'd like to ask if you could possibly look into providing a feed to the other networks, cable networks that are now in substantial use in San Bruno, such as Dish, Xfinity, and what's that little company? AT&T. I can tell you that South San Francisco, just as an example, South San Francisco and Millbrae both provide a feed to AT&T.
Okay.
I should also, in the interest of full disclosure, say that I asked the cable TV office, and they wrote me a letter back after some 8 or 9 months saying that my request for them providing a feed to AT&T cable TV was dismissed, that they had taken it to a cable TV committee who rejected it. But since I had no idea it was even going there, I wasn't there, so I have no idea what they said. So I'm setting you up a little bit. It seems to be,
I can see that.
there seems to be a difference of opinion as to what constitutes reasonable public access.
In any case, we'll check into that and we'll report back to you.
Okay, and I apologize for bringing up an annoying subject, as it turns out. But I was again reminded this evening that a lot of people do look on cable TV. Thank you so much.
Commissioner Mishra.
Through the chair, I wanted to just add to Commissioner Peterson's comment. YouTube Live would be another venue as well. Personally, I don't subscribe to television anymore, and I only look at recordings. So live TV option through the internet would be a good choice. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm aware of the cable TV option, but the rather low quality of the recordings also has got my attention, so I was hoping for a little bit better.
Yeah, I'd like to echo Commissioner Mishra's comments about YouTube Live. That might be an interesting way to go.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else?
No, I will respectfully decline to comment on that issue.